Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson has kicked MMA Guru to the curb after he was brutally exposed for his hateful, embarrassing, seething cope anti-Muslim comments during his UFC 322 stream, where he was crying and coping and seething as Islam Makhachev dominated Jack Della Maddalena to become welterweight champion. And he said a lot of messed up stuff. We're going to get to it in a second. But now the Mighty Guru podcast is officially canceled. Mighty Mouse really kicked him to the curb, it seems like. But Guru has a different rendition of events. He seems to be rewriting a narrative to say, I quit the podcast. He admits to me making him quit the podcast. That's what he says in his own words. Luckily, there was somebody clipping his live stream earlier as he cried about me over and over and over again. We'll check out a couple of those clips. We'll check that in a little bit. But this guy has been known for essentially farming an audience off of basically hating people on their race, religion, and where they're from. He knows that you can grift to a certain audience, you can attract them, and he's capitalized on that. And nobody really calls him out because he sends his minions after you. He'll send his minions in your comments, your live chat, and your comments on your videos to attack you on Twitter, to attack you on Instagram. He has this large fan base of basically incel teenagers who hate people based on their race, religion, nationality, whatever, and he sends them out. And so a lot of people don't want to speak up, and then you have other content creators who want a portion of what he has. They look at him, they're like, oh my God, he has over 200,000 subs. I want a piece of that. So instead of ever saying, you know what, I think this is messed up, they're like, oh yeah, man, Guru's cool, man. He's based, bro. Guru's so based. And finally, I saw this clip from UFC 322. I don't talk about this guy. I don't watch this guy. I see this clip. I posted it on Twitter. It goes viral. It goes insane. And now the show's canceled. Now, that's essentially the synopsis. That's a really brief version of what happened. But I want to start off with this because we're going to brutally expose this clown in this video. Because now he's playing the victim. Now he wants to cry and say, I'm being canceled. I'm being canceled because there's too many pussies out there, man. There's too many. I'm being canceled. He's playing the victim card. Because that's what a lot of these people like to do. They like to blow their little dog whistle. And then when someone says, hey, you know what? I don't really like that, man. I think that's kind of messed up. Like, I didn't even say anything. I was just joking, instead of just owning it. You got to be a little bitch and play victim. So I want to start off with this. This is the Mighty Guru show that has a very interesting sponsor. Okay, let's take a listen. Let's take a listen.
What's going on, guys? This episode of the Mighty Guru podcast is sponsored by PrizePicks. Now, PrizePicks is a daily fantasy sports game played directly from your phone or your computer. It's very simple. Go to your...
So PrizePicks was sponsoring this type of stuff. This type of person. We'll let it go until he shows up.
Your app store, download PrizePicks. When you do that, use our promo code Mighty Guru. New users, you play $5 and you get...
All right, let me see if I can skip ahead a little bit. I can't listen to this clown anymore. Let's skip ahead.
Drew, how'd you do, brother?
I made the rookie mistake of going for more in Erin Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez, where Blanchfield got a finish in the second round. I took it for more than 2.5 total rounds. I took the Shevchenko-Zhang.
Is this scripted? Is this shit scripted? This is the first time I've seen this show. I swear this is scripted. They're like, oh, PrizePick. I took. They're really selling to you guys betting on Erin Blanchfield fights. That's what they're selling to you guys. PrizePicks is sponsoring these guys. And I just really want to point that out because people say, I'm getting these guys canceled. Well, PrizePicks is a gambling company that's making money off of them. And they don't care what Guru says. They don't care that he says these extremely hateful, disgusting things on Twitter or on live streams. They don't care. But yeah, they're pushing bets on Erin Blanchfield's fights. I mean, if the rest of this video doesn't make you dislike these guys, because I'm going in on Mighty Mouse as well, Minnie Mouse as well, Demetrious Johnson, the clown. I think he's almost more of a clown in all this, but we'll get to that because we're going to expose this guy badly because he's playing victim now. So anyway, let's check out the tweet. This tweet ended up getting 2 million views. I saw these clips. People had told me about these clips. And I thought they were disgusting. I thought they were despicable. And I said, you know what? Nobody ever calls this motherfucker out, especially nobody in the space because they're scared of backlash. But guess what? I don't want his community. I don't care about his community. I don't care if they come into the comments and, oh, bro, you're soy, you're this, you're that. I don't care. Don't give a rat's ass about them. They're going to be all in the comments of this video. Don't care. Don't care at all. So I tweeted this out. We're going to read what I had to say in a second, but let's listen.
Go for any.
Oh, it's at the end somehow.
Don't let him finish it, Jack. It's the new moral victory. Send in the nukes, dude, right at that cliff where they're fucking their cousins year after year, the ugly inbred cunts. Let's.
This dude is calling other people ugly. Send in the nukes to Dagestan. I mean, that isn't the craziest thing he said, but still despicable, disgusting. Okay, but it is what it is.
Go, Jack. Get back up. I know it's just their culture, but hey, this is really fun. Round 5's coming up. Come on, Jack. Let's get that mew on again. Let's mew. We're mewing in this 5th round.
There's no doubt in my mind this is like 13-year-olds to like 17-year-olds watching this content. I don't even know what that means. Let's continue.
Let's go. Let's go. Dominated? Yeah, you're ugly and inbred as fuck, dude. You're inbred little rodents, dude. Round 5 coming up. I don't care.
If you're a fan of a Muslim fighter, you must be Muslim, therefore you must be inbred, therefore you must be a rat as well. But that's not the worst of it.
Inbred little rodents, dude. You gotta force women to have sex with you or they wouldn't. Fucking freaks.
So basically now all Muslims or all Dagestanis are, you know what, rapists. I wonder if this guy was hard on Conor McGregor. I'm sure he was, right? I'm sure he was, right? But I don't know. I should have looked into that. But let's continue.
Here we go. Round 5, dude. Ugly inbred little rodents, dude. Cry at a border. Bitches. Crying in my chat. Round 5. Go cry at a border.
Go cry at a border. It's very clear what that means. What's going on in the Middle East? People trying to escape a war-torn country. Go cry at a border. If he wasn't very clear right there. Okay, if maybe you want to think I'm making stuff up, because that's what he's implying now, that I'm making stuff up. Let's listen to some more.
Let us in, let us in. Here we go, round 5.
Crying at a border to be let in a country. What do you guys think he is referencing there? What do you guys think he's referencing there? I know there's going to be people defending me. Oh, he's talking about immigration. He's being very clear what he is referencing there. But people like this, they like to say their racist shit. They like to say their shit talking stuff about other religions. And then when they're called out for it, they're like, nah, that's not what I meant. They leave a little bit, just a little bit like, oh, I can back off of that. That's not what I meant. I was joking. Come on now. And that's what people like this do. They're kind of afraid to really say it with their chest. So they say just enough. I mean, this was really clear in my opinion. But he gave just enough where he could say, no, that's me. No, I'm not talking about that. Go cry at a border. Let us in. Let us in. Now, I posted this full clip. People can interpret it how they want. They can hear it with their own ears and make up their own minds about it. But I'm going to tell you what I interpret it as in a second. But we'll continue.
Let's go, Jack. Cousin fucking force women to fucking marry him as children. Freaks.
So now every Muslim is a pedo. Every one of them is inbred apparently as well. And also go cry at a border, because we'll hear that some more.
Ugly little rodent freaks. Finish him, dude. Just finish him with an arm lock or whatever you want to do, you gaylord. Fucking little freak. Retard, bruv. He's trying to snap his arm here. JDM trying to get his arm out of this position. Gets out of it. Volk beat him. Wasn't 4-1. It was 4-1 Volk. Makhachev laying on top again. Everyone pretending they enjoy it. Cry at a border in chat. Cry at a border. Keep spamming. Cry at a border.
Cry at a border, cry at a border, cry at a border. He said it 7 times. I'll leave it up to your guys' interpretation, what you guys think. I'll give you my opinion here in a second. This really truly encapsulates the dumb-ass MMA fans that pick fights based on religion and root for fighters or root against fighters based on their religion. And there's some cases where it's like, oh, okay, I kind of get it, whatever. This guy has truly taken his mask off, and apparently he's been doing this for years. It shows that no matter what fight it is, if the fighter is a Muslim, he has a massive problem with it. And I can tell right away because he's acting like Islam is boring. You could say this wasn't the greatest performance, but acting like Islam historically is boring. And also, I was like, you know what? I wonder what he thought of Bryce Mitchell's last performance. We'll check that out in this video as well. But you saw the comments, okay? Now I'm going to read you what I posted with this. This ended up getting 2 million views, and that's why the Mighty Guru podcast was canceled. This is what I said. MMA Guru was so disgusted with Islam becoming welterweight champ, he proceeds to taunt Muslims about women and children being bombed in Palestine. I knew MMA Guru was the Dylan Dennis of MMA YouTube, but I thought he was playing a character. Quote, send the nukes, go cry at a border, end quote, is despicable. Just goes to show you can capitalize on an MMA fan base by being Islamophobic, xenophobic, racist, and just an overall bigot. Guys, I hate to tell you, this is facts. This is facts. This is how he's garnered the community that he has. There's people that look for this online. And what I say right here, you guys can interpret for yourself. That's what it really seemed like he was discussing. He's backtracking now. No, that's not what I meant, man. That's not what I was saying. This dude's lying about me because it's a dog whistle. He wants to gaslight you. No. But it's so clear as day. And he's doing it for a particular audience. And you have the failed MMA media who don't really talk about this type of stuff, nor really care about this type of stuff, but they're not putting out any hard-hitting journalism anyway. And then you have MMA content creators who want a piece of his audience. And then basically you have this go unchecked, and he's really metastasized this in the MMA community, where now every time there's a fight, people are basically picking sides and shitting on certain fighters and making up fake narratives based on religion. You know how dumb that is? It's just crazy to me. And this really represents the MMA community, a large portion of it. And you can pander to these people. People are like, Joey, you have no following. There's people flexing Guru's numbers now. Guru has so many subs, man. He gets so many views. You were flexing another man's followers. You were flexing another man's views. And if your entire self-worth is based on clicks and views and subscribers, you have a really sad, pathetic life. And if you truly hate a fighter or make up a narrative about a fighter strictly based on the fact that you don't like their religion, you are a dumb bitch. And somebody should have called this out. And when I seen this, when people told me about this, I thought it was disgusting. I said, you know what? I'll post it on Twitter. Nowhere in here did I say, cancel the MMA Guru. Get him off Mighty Mouse's show. Now, there's some people that said that. We'll look at some of the reposts. I mean, some of the reposts were harsh. MMA Guru's family when they hear a gunshot in the basement. That's crazy. I've been watching fights for a long time, and no matter if the person I'm rooting for is winning or losing, these sorts of thoughts never cross my mind regarding race, religion, etc. These are gladiators stepping in there for our entertainment. These comments are outrageous. They are. Guru's popularity to me is so unbelievably cringe. He is a loser, always crying and pissing himself, watching fights just because he can talk shit behind a screen. MMA fans like to glaze him and call him funny. Those are teenagers. And this goes on and on. I mean, this really goes on and on. I could sit here and go through it all day. It's probably thousands of responses at this point. Okay? And then you basically have the announcement of the cancellation of the Mighty Guru show. Guru tweeted this out. I was fine with you pussies on here acting like I was a murderer because I called someone inbred and told some guy spamming my live chat to go cry at a border, but now you are targeting DJ. I'll drop the news early. The Mighty Guru show is over. DJ stood his base, video dropping soon. By the way, DJ did not stand his base. DJ is pathetic and an embarrassment, by the way. I get it. A lot of pussy bitch victims on here crying about a donation from 2019 and words on a live stream. But the quote, how does DJ collaborate with this guy, end quote, stuff gotta stop. We spoke right after the pod dropped about it. I messaged him the other day saying, I'm good to back down. We're going to break down what happened, what actually happened in a minute. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what actually happened because I really feel like he's trying to write the narrative, but really he got kicked to the curb. Mighty Mouse kicked him to the curb because they didn't like a lot of the comments that he was making, and it became no longer monetarily beneficial for Mighty Mouse because that's all he gave a rat's ass about. So he kicked him to the curb. But we'll get to that in a second. I want to show you my tweet responding to this because a lot of people took this the wrong way. So you're telling me Minnie Mouse and the Islamophobe got canceled because of their horrible views and people are blaming me because everyone was coming at me for this. Maybe nobody wanted to watch a fighter fake laughing, desperate for acceptance into the community so badly, clout chase the Muslim hating, xenophobic racist. Never tried to quote cancel end quote Guru. I just called out some disgusting behavior because he represents a decent sized portion of the MMA community. That is all facts. People were like, oh, he's talking about views. I just posted a screenshot of their last show. It's got 350,000 views. You can see it right there. People are like, man, views, bro, you only get a couple thousand. This was actually a great rage bait now that I think about it, but that's not what I was saying. They espouse, or he really espouses these terrible views, whether it's a character or not, And finally, people were like, you know what? I don't like this. And Minnie Mouse thought, oh, you know what? Guru's popular in the community. I have a certain subset of the community. Let me combine with him. I can make money off of him. I can help get more attention to my channel off of him. We can work together. But now it's affecting his pockets because fighters aren't going to want to do interviews with Demetrious Johnson when he's platforming a fucking clown like this, when he's having a dude like this on his channel. So now that it's getting attention, it's not that he did this. It's not that Guru said this. It's not that he said these hateful things. Mighty Mouse does not get an out of this. It's that it was garnering attention that was making Demetrious Johnson look bad. That's what this was all about, okay? But we're gonna check it out for ourselves because Guru dropped the video. I'll link this down in the description. This is a 46-minute video about him talking about what actually happened. What actually happened between him and Mighty Mouse. And in the first clip I'm going to show you, he's making himself out to be a hero. He's a hero. I'm a hero. I ended the show. I'm a hero. I wanted to protect Mighty Mouse. Let's listen.
MMA Guru's affiliated with Demetrious Johnson. Demetrious Johnson's platforming this guy. How does Demetrious Johnson affiliate with this guy? And know in my heart, I'm going to do this again at some point. I'm going to call some fighter gay again. I'm going to call some guy inbred again. I'm going to do this again. There's no stopping me. Okay? I will continue. I ain't never going to stop doing it.
And also he minimizes everything. He said, I'm going to call somebody gay. I'm going to call somebody inbred. That's not all. That's some crazy shit in the past. Makes fun of people's children, which we're going to get to in a second.
Guys, okay? It's just in me. And I can't have Demetrious Johnson's great legacy getting dragged through the dirt. So I stepped down. Basically after this podcast dropped. We had a conversation. And even before the podcast as well, we had a beginning of a conversation about this where I was basically told, you need to stop calling them names. And DJ's absolutely in the right for this. There should be no hatred towards Demetrious Johnson here. And I can't stress that enough. He didn't really know what kind of animal he was getting in it with. You know what I mean? Like, this is, you're in my world, friend. You know?
We're going to come back to this later, okay? Because he's saying Mighty Mouse didn't know what he was getting involved in. So you're telling me he has this channel, he makes all this money off of, he gets all these views. He didn't do any basic research? He didn't see any of the viral clips of Guru acting like a fucking clown year after year? He didn't see those? But what he's saying right here is Mighty Mouse didn't like the things that he was saying and asked him to stop so they could continue the podcast. And Guru said, I can't do that. Which actually I respect more than I respect Mighty Mouse. So Guru had to leave, but Guru has to frame it in a way that it doesn't make Mighty Mouse look like a little bitch, but also makes him look better. Rather than saying, Mighty Mouse kicked me off the show because I was too inappropriate. He said, look, I decided to step down because Demetrius was getting too much hate because of me. That's essentially what he's making it out to be. And we're going to listen to a little bit more. We're going to skip ahead because there's plenty more proving that point. You'll see in a second. Let's continue.
He's hanging around Team Habib, and I'm calling him inbred. And then he's going to do the show with me. And he was just telling me, like, that can't happen. Fair. Very fair. That was our conversation. He was just saying, like, I'm good friends with Marab now. You know that, right? This was before. You can't keep doing that. And then there's even other stuff that was going on. And this has been building. Then there was the Raja Jackson thing, which, you know, it's just like little things that just kept adding on and on and on. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to keep doing this. I've never had a mindset where an allegiance to someone is going to stop me from saying what needs to be said, in my opinion.
Sounds like he's about to cry, by the way. Demetrious Johnson told him, stop what you're doing or I'm throwing you off the show. And what Guru said is, you can't fire me, I quit. And to make everyone look good, to make everyone look like, it's not like I got fired from a show. My show got canceled. Demetrius kicked me off and Guru's little minions going to attack him. This is the story that he came up with. And it's very clear. If you watch this full video, which I watched the majority of it, oh my God, it was horrible to get through. That's basically what he's saying. I'm going to show you a couple more clips. We're going to skip ahead to some more here because there's plenty to check out from this video. Because this dude's just the ultimate clown. And he's just basically simping for Mighty Mouse the entire time. Please don't hate on Mighty Mouse for kicking me to the curb. He didn't want me on the show anymore. Please don't hate on him, my little minions.
Like, you have to keep me.
Because, by the way, MMA Guru's fan base doesn't like someone like Mighty Mouse, no matter how bad Mighty Mouse wants them to.
On to not get backlash from my fan base. Very important that we don't fucking be a pussy like these fucking losers on Twitter right now, talking about, oh, we caused this, we cancelled this. No one cares about you fucking gaylords, dude.
We caused this, we canceled this. Remember, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I definitely didn't cause this, right? There's no way Guru actually said it with his own mouth that I caused this, right? Had him crying, had his show canceled, had him crying on stream because Mighty Mouse kicked him to the curb. There's no way I did that. Anyway, let's continue. The next clip I'm going to show you is basically the ultimatum that he got. He got told, listen, you got to shut your fucking mouth or I'm canceling the show. And he said, you can't fire me. I quit, Mighty Mouse.
And, yeah, that's what it was. And then DJ said, let's put the show on ice. I know you're going to say some more unhinged things down the line.
I mean, tell me, does that not prove it right there? He just read that. Apparently it's a message. Let's put this show on ice. You're going to say some more unhinged things down the line. I think we've established pretty clearly that Mighty Mouse kicked him off the show. That's pretty clear.
And it'd have to get toned down to like a 2 if we were going to continue, which is the ultimatum, to which that's it. That's the end. So I said, I'm going to get a video out of this 100%.
So there you go. And then he laughs it off. The reason I wanted to show you this portion of the video is not to actually hate on Guru here. Mighty Mouse knew what he was getting involved in. And because it was making him money, he didn't care that Guru said outlandish things about Muslims or black people. You know, he mentioned the Raja Jackson situation or anybody else. He didn't care what kind of hateful rhetoric Guru spewed on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. As long as it was making him money and people weren't giving him any backlash. But the second it started to hurt Mighty Mouse's pocketbook, okay, he said, nah, I can't, we gotta put the show on ice, man. I can't get any fighter interviews if I do this. People are gonna be mad at me if I do this. There's a tweet going viral on Twitter with 2 million views from some handsome guy named MMA Joey. I'm gonna have to boot you off the show. So Mighty Mouse deserves a lot of hate for this, and like a ridiculous amount of hate for this, because he knew what he was getting involved in when he started this podcast. And the fact it's only lasting 2-3 episodes, because now he's getting backlash, dude, you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. So I have no respect for Mighty Mouse at all. He tried to pander to a certain group in the MMA community. And now that it's affecting him monetarily in not a beneficial way, he's I can't do it anymore. And then basically Guru's just trying to defend him because he doesn't want to make himself look bad either. It's an absolute disgrace. Mighty Mouse should be ashamed of himself. And really, it's an embarrassment of Mighty Mouse. And it's a stain on his entire name that should follow him around the rest of his YouTube career. Anyway, one more clip I want to show you from this video. Okay, this is very important because I've seen people saying this on social media. And I'm going to completely just rebuke this immediately. Okay, so Guru essentially in this video defends the hateful, disgusting comments that he makes by saying Instagram comments. There's Instagram comments with gifts, man. There's a couple hundred Instagram comments. Let's just listen.
Man, I'm sure they've said some fucking crazy things. Like, are they that fucking much of pussies in this world? And then this is like the Makhachev fans in the comment section of JDM's wife's Instagram.
By the way, I should have brought this up, but allegedly she posted, we're going to Islam's funeral or something like that. And now there's a couple people commenting Islam gifts in her comments on her public Instagram account. So let's even pretend she didn't say that. Because if she said it, I mean, that totally justifies this. But let's just say she didn't say it, okay? Let's watch.
Some of them are nice. And all these clowns that are commenting. And I do want to point that out. And that's something I am going to say at the end here. And that's where we're going to end things. MMA Makhachev, baby crying. All these Makhachev gifts non-stop. Like, I do want to mention
What this dumb incel bitch is trying to say is, well, I'm allowed to spew hateful comments towards Muslim fighters or Dagestan fighters because they comment GIFs on Insta. There's a couple hundred accounts that I'm not even sure are Muslim and or Dagestani commenting on someone's public Instagram a GIF of a fucking fighter. Cry me a rip. You know how poor that excuse is? I mean, I'm so tired of seeing people cry about that. There's a lot of fans who are particularly weird. And I do not believe that you should be harassing people on social media. But to say there was a fight and somebody, I don't even know if they're Muslim or they're Dagestani or they're even Middle Eastern at all, they commented, there was a couple hundred of them, a couple dozen of them maybe even, commented GIFs of Islam Makhachev. So that gives me every right to call every single one of them a rapist or a pedo, or talk about sending in nukes, or talk about crying at the border. That is essentially his argument as he cries throughout this video. But they commented GIFs. I mean, think about how stupid that is when you really say it out loud. Man, this is really wrong, man. A public Instagram, they commented it, I mean, in the dozens. I mean, it's so fucking stupid. I even tweeted this out. Someone basically quote tweeted the tweet he just looked at. I'm not going to click on it. Making jokes about Muslim women and children getting bombed and calling an entire religion pedophiles is okay because some fans comment GIFs on fighters' IG pages. These are deeply unserious, low IQ people who will go to great lengths to defend their deeply held bigotry. That's facts, man. I'm just putting it out there. Don't hate the messenger. That's just the facts around here. It really is. I mean, it's sad. It's the sad reality of it. But it really is. They're like, oh man. I mean, think about how stupid of a justification that is. Like, imagine we were debating that. And I say, hey man, these comments you made were pretty fucked up. I mean, I know maybe you were joking, maybe you were playing a character, but it's pretty messed up. He's like, well, there's some people commenting GIFs of a Muslim Dagestani fighter on someone's public Instagram page who talked about the fight. And this is the same guy, if I'm not mistaken, who was openly trying to brew hate towards Ian Machado Gary and his wife. Was he crying then when they were attacking his wife? Oh no, because she was involved somewhat, right? But yeah, now it's a problem, man. There's dozens of people, man. Maybe 100 people commented GIFs. What are we ever going to... Can we track every single one of them down via their IP address and throw them in jail? Oh wait, we only care about GIFs when it's Muslim fighters. What about... Has he made any videos crying about Alex Pereira fans? Huh? I'm sure there's Alex Pereira fans in comments that are harassing people. I hope he has a video on that as well. I mean, to justify, like, man, these people are so weird. But let's call them inbred. You know, let's call them pedophiles. Let's make fun of, you know, sending nukes into Dagestan. Yeah, oh, real good one. You got them there. Now, there's a lot of people who have said, they said, Joey, you're just looking for clout. And you had nothing to do with this, okay? And at the end of the day, you can go back and read my tweet. I never begged for a podcast to be canceled. I never even mentioned Demetrious Johnson, okay? But let's be real. The reason that the show was canceled, whether you want to say Guru quit, which is his side of the story, or, you know, Mighty Mouse Demetrious Johnson kicked him to the curb, it was my doing. I've ignored this guy for years. He said weird things about me. I don't pay attention to him. I don't watch him. I know people say, Joey, you're lying. I see clips on Twitter on occasion. And they're like, you're lying, Joey. You watch all this stuff and you do. I have a life outside of this. I have a lot of shit going on outside of this. But my first interaction, my first tweet, and I mentioned him in a video for like 2 minutes. You can go check out that video. I'll link it down in the description. I broke this dude. I made him quit. And you'll hear it from himself, you know. And now he's, in this first clip, he's crying about me lying in my tweet, but you could see he's just a broken man.
What even made the whole Twitter thing pop off? It was Joey tweeted a fake thing about me insulting women, Palestinian children and some shit.
Go cry at the border. Go cry at the border. Let me in. Let me in. It sounds awful like a woman's voice, but either way, that's pretty on the nose if you ask me. People can disagree with me. I'm sure his fans will be in the comments. Joey, you're lying, man. You're exploiting this for views and clicks. I'd never mentioned this dude basically in my entire course of my channel because I know a lot of people who build their channels off clout chasing bigger names. That's basically what he did. And that's not something I want to do. But this dude now went on a stream and talked mad shit because I tweeted out saying he was a piece of shit. That's it. I called him out because no one else would. And I saw this as disgusting. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll do it. I don't care. I don't mind. I don't mind. Hate me all you want. Put it on my shoulders. I'll take it right now. I'll take all the hate. Get down in the comments. I love watching you cope and seethe. But yeah, he's saying I'm lying. He's crying.
Other people did it right after the event and they got like a few thousand views. But then everyone started piling on and it was just what it was. But it's good. It made me more popular. This video is going to bang. So yeah, I'm good with it. Just because Guru named his stream what it's named, it doesn't mean he literally got cancelled. He made the call. I did make the call, yeah. I could have strung it along and changed, but I did make the call in the end.
He was given an ultimatum. He was kicked off the show. That's what he was. But, oh yeah, I had to quit. I made this man quit. Okay? According to him, I made him quit. You don't believe me? That wasn't on the nose enough because people are like, Joe, you're trying to make yourself, you're clout chasing, trying to make yourself feel important. Let's see what Guru thinks. Let's see what, I mean, he already said it was Joey that made this all pop off. Let's listen.
No, Joey didn't own me. Just the fucking shit popping off on Twitter has to make me announce it now rather than stringing it along and hopefully having a clean dismount. But this works better because big views, video coming out. I get a video out of it. It's pretty good. But Joey did make me call the fucking pod off officially earlier than I was going to. I was going to wait until this whole thing died down and then I was going to do it, but he just...
So there you go. You heard it. I mean, we should listen to that again. I know there's some Guru fans watching this video right now, combing over this video. Like, man, Guru owns you, buddy. He's got subs and views, buddy. Let's listen to this. First time I ever interacted with this dude. Basically the first time I ever interacted with him. Let's see what he has to say.
But Joey did make me call the fucking pod off officially.
Call me Cyril Gone because I just made this little bitch from the UK quit. Call me Cyril Gone. Let's listen to that one more time. Music to my fucking ears. Music to my ears. Quit.
But Joey did make me call the fucking pod off officially earlier than I was going to. I was going to wait until...
There you go. I made him call off the pod. He's a hero. What a nice guy, man. He saved Demetrius. What a swell guy. He said, nah. No, Demetrius told him, tone the shit down or your ass is grass. It's just crazy to me, man. I know there's going to be so many Guru fans watching this video. I made your boy cry like a little bitch and I made him quit a podcast according to him. Because, you know, in the video, he only does this in live streams that he then hides. In the video, he doesn't actually say anything. He doesn't want to say anything about me because he doesn't want to give me any attention, which I understand because that's exactly how he built his channel, by punching up at other channels. And in this case, this all just kind of blew up and I'm like, oh, you know what? I got to do a video about this. Everyone's asking me about it. I'm going to have to do a video about it. And I made this dude quit. So if you're a Guru fan watching this video, say, Joey, you're a soy boy. You're a beta male. I made your boy quit with one tweet and one video where he wasn't even in the title. And I talked about him for like 2-3 minutes. So seethe on that. And we're going to expose him, by the way, because he's playing the victim card. He's saying these comments weren't what he basically said they were. He lied about these comments. We're going to expose him. Let's pull up some other comments. We're going to get to those in a second. Next thing I want to show you, okay? 10-7. 10-7. You know, this was a brutal KO. This was like an Israel Adesanya up against the fence, Alex Pereira 2 fight, Slump City. That's what this was. I really like this tweet, so I wanted to show you guys. That's absolutely hilarious. It's just funny to me. The reason I find this thing so funny is because this guy is the king of trying to bully people. He was bullying that woman media member for asking a question because he didn't like her body enough. He was beefing with Nina Drama and saying, you've talked to someone who made mean comments before, so therefore you can't stand up for someone that I'm bullying for no fucking reason. And now I made this little bully cry with one fucking tweet and one video. Cry so much that he said, oh, I got to call it quits on the Mighty Guru show before he boots me off. Absolutely hilarious. Love that tweet. Next thing I want to show you. This is just fat. Man, I had so many bangers today. You guys should go follow me on Twitter. Demetrious Johnson. This was before he even made his video or anything. I called this. I knew I can read these people. I can read this insecure beta male, pathetic incel. Demetrious Johnson kicked Guru to the curb like he has some moral high ground. He platformed a guy who is openly racist, xenophobic, Islamophobic for some extra views and monetary gain. Now that he's scared fighters might turn on him and cost him more than Guru's worth. Mighty Mouse does not get out of this with a clean bill of health. He's a fucking clown. That is a fact. He used Guru for clout and money, and now when it's not essentially beneficial to him, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Now he's cutting ties. I really think, I know people are thinking I'm hating on Guru in this video. I'm just speaking my mind and speaking the facts, and I get some of it is, hateful towards him. Well, not really. It's just me speaking facts. But Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson deserves a lot of hate for this. He doesn't get to cut ties here and say, oh, everything's good, boys. No worries about this, man. I didn't know anything about him, man. Well, you knew you could get views off of him. You knew you could pander to a certain subset of the community off of him. But now, it's not like you cut ties with him on Saturday night. It's not like you cut ties on him on Sunday or Monday. You did the podcast with him afterwards, so I don't know when exactly that was filmed. But now, once it's no longer beneficial because you're getting too much backlash, now you want to cut ties. So he's an embarrassment. Next thing I want to show you. MMA Guru wants to talk shit because I tweeted facts calling him out for the piece of shit he is. DJ kicked him to the curb. That's not my fault. Now he's crying because I got him canceled. What a fucking beta male incel. How fucking pathetic. He's played the victim in all this. Instead of saying, you know what? What he should have said is, you know what? I said what I said. I said it with my chest, which he doesn't. Again, it's a whistle. It's a dog whistle. That's all it is. Nobody calls it out, and he gets away with it because he's a bully and people are scared of his community going after them, which will never be me. Don't care. Don't give a rat's ass. But now that he's called out and people are criticizing him, he's like, oh, not me, man. I didn't say anything wrong, man. Which, by the way, if you think maybe those comments earlier were taken out of context or misrepresented, we're gonna get to something else. But there's a couple other tweets I want to read to you. Okay, we have this because this is his original response about, oh, this is my response for the Mighty Guru show being over, and this is really facts, and this really articulates my thoughts very clearly. This beta male talked shit for years, and with one tweet, I had him crying like a little bitch on stream because Minnie Mouse kicked him to the curb. What a pathetic disgrace of a human being. He sent his little minions after me, but I love watching them seethe and cope. I love watching the seethe and cope. I mean, this is just fat. I'm not scared of these clowns. Go ahead. Comment. You know what you guys should? Don't you dare comment any gifts on my Instagram. I'll be really upset. I might have to make a video about this. This dude, the funniest thing about this is this dude is getting a taste of his own medicine and he doesn't like it. People are bothering him. People are complaining to him. People are criticizing him. And because he's so insecure and he's such a soft little incel who hides in his house 24/7, he's like, oh, no, everyone loves me, man. I got my community. I got my thousands of people who watch me, my tens of thousands of people who watch me, and they love me. He's insulated himself with this group of people that suck him off 24/7. And now he's gotten away with bullying people because he's quote unquote popular in the community when really people are just scared about being harassed by him in his community. He's gotten away with it for so long. And now he gets a little bit of backlash and he's got to play the victim. I just really think it's embarrassing and pathetic. And the other thing I want to show you is we're going to get into some content that he's made, okay? Because if you want to say maybe I took the other things out of context or maybe I misrepresented them, which I do not believe that I did. Let's see what also he said. MMA Guru sitting there laughing at Cheeto Vera's daughter on a live stream and cashing super chats off of it. Listen, I'm not going to play this whole thing. It's 3 minutes, 4 minutes long almost. We'll listen to it.
Thank you for the $2 to John Joe. Guys, seriously, stop letting me profit off of this.
His chat is making fun of Cheeto Vera's disabled daughter. He's like, stop letting me profit off of this, boys. Stop. Who cares?
Thank you for the $2, Barbecue Kermit. I appreciate you. Chael in Fedor fight versus Vera's daughter in Smart Off. I don't know. Thank you for the $2. Chael in Fedor fight versus Vera's daughter. Okay. Stop. Vera's daughter, though.
Stop the cap.
And this goes on. I mean, this is 3 minutes long. We're not going to listen to all that. So to act like he hasn't made abhorrent comments before, which we're going to get to more, This was a couple years ago. You can say that's what he was referencing when he said like 2020 comments or whatever. But there's more. Let's get to some more. We don't need to just look at that. Let's check out this. He made a video, and you guys know I don't like Michael Chandler at all. I think Michael Chandler's a fucking weirdo. Get Out Part 2. Look at that in the thumbnail. Look right below the mouse right now. Get Out Part 2. He's basically making it seem like Michael Chandler is adopting black kids for some sinister, malicious motive. I mean, talk about a low-hanging fruit, all because there was a tweet from a podcast that went viral. So he said, oh no, this tweet went viral. I got to try to make a video about this. Fucking disgraceful. An embarrassment. And you guys know I don't even like Chandler. I'll play you a clip from the video. Let's check it out. Is this taken out of context? Because he's mad. Because Michael Chandler said, so many things about adopting Ace are going to bring me joy, but watching him take on a role as a big brother might take the cake. Prayed every single night for a year for a baby brother with skin like him. Now he's elated and just so happens to be the best big brother on the planet. Thank you, Jesus. And basically, Guru was fixated on the fact that he wanted a brother with skin like his. This is a kid. You're telling me you wouldn't see a kid say, Mom, Dad, why am I a different skin color than you? Can I have a brother that's the same? Like, and this dude's making a whole fucking 27-minute hit piece about Michael Chandler's kids? Like, fucking weird, man. Listen to it for yourself.
We'll get to in a second, which completely exposes Michael Chandler for the things that he's saying in this interview as a liar, and I think adds a different layer of context to his adoption preferences that makes it a little bit sinister.
Sinister. Chandler, how dare Michael Chandler adopt black kids? That is sinister. This guy is a racist piece of shit. It's so clear to me. And if it's not clear to you there, oh, this is going to get a lot of people eat it. Don't get me wrong, because people misrepresent my opinion on this. What Raja Jackson did was terrible. But people like Guru use this as a way to be racist while saying, oh, man, I'm just saying, man, this isn't racist. And I mean, listen, anybody with 2 ears and a brain can listen to this and say that he's lining it with racial undertones. Just listen to it.
At the end of this video, you are going to find it very hard to disagree with me when I say that Raja Jackson is a dumb animal that belongs in a fucking cage for the next 30 to 40 years. End of discussion.
Look at the way he like stares at the camera. Let you guys know. See, I'm pandering to you guys. You like that? Listen to that again. Let's rewind it back a little bit.
Yes. But by the end of this video, you are going to find it very hard to disagree with me when I say that Raja Jackson is a dumb animal that belongs in a fucking cage for the next 30 to 40 years. End of discussion.
No, that was a racist dog whistle. And please tell me, for the people who are going to defend him and say, well, he's saying he's uncivilized, he's an animal. Since when do animals attack each other in wrestling rings? Okay? And he knows what he was doing there. And if that wasn't good enough, let's take a listen to this. Somebody clip this. Good. I bet you there's plenty of clips that I missed that I wouldn't have. That people can send me if they want, I guess. A lot of people have sent me clips. But listen to this.
You'd be able to call him the word. Let's just call it what it is. You do some shit like that, I think that the ultimate sentence would be all of us joining in and saying it, bro. I should be able to call him the word and no one should care. He's an attempted murderer, man, over nothing. Over nothing. I should be able to call him whatever I want. You know what I mean?
So here he is advocating for calling Raja Jackson the N-word. And this is who Mighty Mouse is hanging out with. This is who Mighty Mouse is hanging out with. That's the type of person he's hanging out with. I mean, talk about disgraceful. And if that's not good enough for you guys, if that's not enough, you know, let's listen to his Piotr Marab rant after Marab beat Piotr.
Both guys land shots at the end. It's over. Jan lost to Marab 5-0. Stupid little cuck bitch. You fucking ugly little cunt! You goblin fucking cuck! Nothing will change the fact that you're 5'5". Nothing will change the fact that you're fucking hideously ugly. You look 70. If you weren't in good shape, you'd look 70 years of age. You're fucking hideous and you're a cuck. Fucking clapped ugly nose fuck. Goblin.
I actually find this kind of funny just because this dude, gets no pussy ever. He's never fucked a girl. He's a virgin. He hangs out, chilling here in his beanie 24/7 with his ugly ass ginger beard, never talking to any women ever, never hanging out with any women ever, never touched a woman in his entire life. And here he is saying, oh, he's so ugly, man. I mean, imagine sitting around judging men like that on a consistent basis, judging their looks. I wonder if he's secretly gay. You know, he doesn't like gay people. You know, he makes videos about John Jones being homosexual. Like, that isn't a desperate attention grab. But here he is calling people ugly. Meanwhile, he's the most insecure, pathetic man I've ever seen. And I guarantee the highlight of his life is, I have subscribers. I have views. That's my entire self-worth. That's all it is. I'm going to be racist. I'm going to hate on Muslims. I'm going to say this and that because I got views and subs. I don't have any fucking friends. I'm an incel who's stocking up on lotion at Costco. But yeah, this guy's ugly, man, because he won a fight. He doesn't like fighters, and this represents such a large portion of the MMA community. He does not like fighters based on the region of the world they are from, based on their religion. It's so clear. And this has become normalized in the community. I don't even want to talk about this. People are like, Joey, you bring this up. I don't even want to talk about this. This has become normalized. And nobody says anything. I feel like the media starts joining in. They're like, oh yeah, this and that. They make up fake narratives. This guy's a fucking clown. He's a disgrace. And if that doesn't all prove it, let's end with this. MMA Guru and Bryce Mitchell wet blankets his way to a 29-28 decision versus when Hamzat ragdolls DDP for 5 rounds and wins a dominant 50-41. Let's take a listen.
And that's what you get. You just got Dagestani'd, boy. You just got out Dagestani'd by a Bryce Mitchell feller. This is America, brother. Clean win from Bryce Mitchell.
Back to his position against the cage, holding another man up against the cage and knee in the thigh.
I'm not making it up. I'm not making this shit up. They avoid combat at all costs. You are a pussy human. Get out of this combat sport.
Now, let's listen to the Bryce part.
And that's what you get. You just got Dagestani'd, boy. You just got out Dagestani'd by a Bryce Mitchell feller.
This guy is deeply upset that his great white hope, Jack Della Maddalena, got dominated by Islam Makhachev, one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC. And so he has to make comments about grape, about bombing Dagestan, and about going to cry at a border, begging to be let in, because what's probably going on in your country? And then after all that, his podcast gets canceled. The Mighty Guru show, sponsored by PrizePicks, gets canceled. And this motherfucker's got to cry. It really is pathetic. It's embarrassing. It really is. But you know what? Let's go back and listen to this. Let's listen to this one more time before we end the video. Okay, let's listen to this one more time. Let's just rewind it back a little bit. Here. Let's listen.
I get a video out of it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, he doesn't care as long as he gets a video out of it.
But Joey did make me call the fucking pod off officially earlier than I was going to. I was going to wait until...
Yeah, I made him call off the podcast like the little bitch, incel, pathetic piece of shit that he is. Look, I'm not sitting here trying to clout chase this dude. So this isn't going to be like a every week occurrence on the channel. But this dude deserves to be called out more. And I guarantee my tweet, my video from the other day, this video will inspire more people to have the courage to call this clown out. Because really, I think it's infested a large portion, especially of the terminally online MMA fan base. And I'm sick and tired of hearing dumb-ass fake narratives solely based on their religions or the region of the world that they are from. It's absolutely insane to me when people are like, Hamzat missed weight, man. Look at the scale. Robert Whittaker weighed in the exact same fucking way. Bet you this clown probably said that. Would bet right now. Easy work. Definitely said it. I'm trying to think of another one right off the top of my head. But these guys, these people in the MMA community do this type of stuff because it's what generates them clicks and views. And Guru had done this for years. Mighty Mouse all of a sudden gets a little bit of backlash and said, oh man, and you got to tone it down, brother. Please tone it down for me, Guru. Please turn it down. It's just an embarrassment all the way around. He wants to be the hero. I backed out on a court of Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse says, tone it down. You asked him to do a podcast, dude. You can't get through 2 episodes without asking him to tone it down. You're a bitch, too. The GOAT flyweight. Yeah, fucking right. Pantoja surpassed him a while ago, and I've been saying that for a while. He was fighting underdeveloped competition, and I respect DJ for what he's done in the sport. Like, let's stop acting like this dude's a GOAT. And all he does, I've listened to some of his content, really some of the clips, it's all rhetoric and jargon. Like, yeah, man, outside foot position and this and that and lead check hook and the lateral movement and blah, blah, blah. He's got to close the distance and manage the rein and outside foot position. I know this guy's a fighter. I know he knows some technical jargon, but this dude's just grifting the MMA community because he's insecure that the MMA community didn't accept him when he was fighting in the UFC. And he's desperately longing for that. And that's why he matched up with this dude, MMA Guru, to begin with. So that pretty much wraps it up, boys. If you don't think he said the original comments, I guess all this will suffice. You know, dirty animal or whatever he said, underdeveloped animal. I don't remember exactly what it was about Raja Jackson. The Chandler stuff and his kids. It's just a disgrace, man. It's just a disgrace. I, for one, I never asked for the Mighty Guru show to be canceled. I'd rather get 6 root canals than sit through a Mighty Guru podcast, but it is what it is. It's gone. It's gone. And for those people who are going to cry and seethe about it, cry and seethe about it, because this type of behavior has become normalized in the MMA community. And even though he has the quote unquote free speech to say it, we have the right to call it out. So don't let up when people say stuff like this. Get on their neck. Get on their neck, because they deserve to have criticism when they act like this. That's it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching.